Buystuff Arcades has been our go-to when it comes to racing games. If you have the Star Wars cab, whether it's the 2019 or the 2023 release, the gaming box is identical. A couple different features with the two different cabs, but you do get the gas and brake pedal along with 226 games. Those are flight games, shooters, and racing. And of course your racing gaming box, that does have 205 games. Whether you have the Fast and Furious, Outrun, or Ridge Racer, all your favorites, all in one cabinet. If you've installed one or two or three like I have, are you asking what's the difference between the 360 wheel Super Sprint and this gaming box? We're gonna get into that. I do have a lot of answers that might help you out, but rest assured, if you have installed either one of these, you're not missing out. You're actually getting something completely different than what you already have. Welcome to a walk and talk all about Buystuff Arcades. A little over 24 hours as of recording of this, Thursday, June 6th, 2024, Buystuff Arcades reveals their biggest, most exciting product yet. A lot of people are talking about this. It's unreal, plus what's to follow, and other products, all aligning with the massive 360 wheel Super Sprint Multicade. I've got some answers. If you have questions, some comparisons on other gaming boxes you may have, you might be thinking about getting. We're gonna get into it in a walk and talk all about Buystuff Arcades. Dare I say, this is the best multicade racer we have ever seen. Mr. Sulu, some may say it's been a slow, rocky year in the home arcades. Almost in Q3, we're in for a ride. We better buckle up. We're here at the Garcade, where we're gonna get into this Buystuff Arcades with some good comparisons on authentic, real arcades compared to our home versions. What you might be thinking about with the big announcement. Do you pre-order or do you wait for another product, another home arcade product from Buystuffs? Wristbands required. Thanks a lot. Yep. We are in. Wristbands required. Beyond this point, talk some Buystuff Arcades. It's official. Buystuff Arcades has announced it's finally here. Their Super Sprint 3-wheel, 360 wheel. Look at this. 3 gas pedals. 3 coin doors that actually work. They take coins. You can set it for free play. You can press in. They will work. Our new product is a 360 wheel controller, and it's powering our limited edition 360 full-size multicade. Well, the link in the description on their new product reveal that just aired a little over 24 hours ago, and pre-orders open June 14th. And of course, the first thing that I thought of, and I'm sure the first thing that you thought of, was off-road. Basically, this is what you're getting. You're getting the 3 steering wheels. You're getting the 3 coin doors. The 3 gas pedals. 70 inches tall. This could be in your home. The pre-order price coming in at $3,500. After that, goes up to $4,000. There's a couple of things I want to get into regarding if you're actually going to bring in a full-size multicade. I do want to say, Road Blasters will be on this multicade. I mean, we're finally going to get Road Blasters at home from Buystuff Arcades. Now, Buystuff has shared some product details regarding their 360 wheel. This is a full-size arcade cabinet, guys. It is made out of 3/4 inch plywood. It weighs 200 pounds. You can see some of the dimensions here, 43 inches wide, 71 inches high, and requires 31 inches from the wall. So it's really going to come out. I mean, this is going to be a full-size arcade cabinet. A lot of us are used to the home arcades. There are a couple of things that I want to get into just from this description alone. If you're used to ordering things UPS, FedEx, small packages. This isn't going to come in a couple of boxes. This is going to come fully assembled, just like an arcade cabinet. If you've ordered from Retro Lizard, it's the same thing. He builds you the cabinet, puts it on a pallet, sends it on a freight truck, and that truck is going to deliver it to your home. The thing about those types of deliveries, there's a lift gate. They put it at the end of the truck, the lift gate drops down, sets the cabinet right at the end of your driveway, and that's it. You are responsible for taking this cabinet and moving it into your home. Whether your friends, your loved one, your kids will help you move it, 200 pounds to lug it around. So something like this isn't going to work in my second story arcade room. It's just going to be it's just too darn loud, kid. It's going to be too big. I'm not going to be able to lug it in. I mean, a full-size cabinet, as much as I would love it. Forget the price, forget the $3,500 for the pre-order. And how that works, if you get in between June 14th and the 30th pre-order window for the price of $3,995, not including the shipping, there's a $1,000 deposit, similar to At Games. So if you pre-order from At Games, you pay when it's ready to ship. You're going to pay the remaining money when this is ready to ship. You're saving $500, but shipping's not included. Every product from Buystuff up to date has been included. It's free. This is completely different. This is huge. I'm just going to guess on a cabinet, and we're shipping from, I believe, Ontario. It's probably going to be between $175 to maybe $300, $330. I could be off on that, but I'm guessing tack on that price to the $3,995 if you get in on that pre-order. Not that it's not worth it. You're getting a 26-inch 4:3 ratio monitor, 71 inches tall. And the difference, something that I asked right away, the games that come on here, why aren't those, or will they be on future gaming box for some of our other arcade one-up that we've modded? And unfortunately, the games on here, you can see the steering wheel on off-road, will require 360 motion, so that's where they're getting the 360 name from. They're not going to be able to play on those gaming boxes, so everything on here is going to be different than what we have. So if you've modded a cabinet, you've added their gaming box, Star Wars, Fast and Furious, Outrun, Ridge Racer, there's a place for that. And then there's a place for something like this. Now, like I said before, I'll never be able to get something like this in my second floor, yet in my house, even in a different room, unless I want to be single. I would love to get a full-size arcade, but one of the reasons I wanted to come here was to kind of just show you in person what you'd be looking at if you went for the 360 wheel. Like, this is a huge arcade. Like, I mean, there's 3 steering wheels, the 3 gas pedals, the huge marquee. I mean, anyone would want this. I would want this. I mean, we spent our childhood walking up to this cabinet, seeing the gentleman on the side here. This is one of the most nostalgic racing cabinets. I mean, pretty much every arcade cabinet you see is nostalgic to us because we've come across this one way or another in our lifetime. And to get something like this to come home, it's incredible. And to have that for just under $4,000, I don't think that's like asking too much. It's just, it's the entire aspect here. The size, this might be made more for an arcade, a restaurant, a business. Like, do we really need cabinets like this at home? Do we need industrial cabinets? If you can pull it off, of course, right? That's gonna be the answer. But if you're into the home arcade scene like me, it works for me. They do have other options to get this very same games list, the same steering wheel and gas pedal, in a 3 steering wheel, and a 2 or a 1 in the very near future. So they're going to announce the best product yet first. Get this out of the way. This is the cream of the crop. and then the other options. And I think it works for everybody because there's something for everyone. We have all the sizes right here, and you know, the closest thing to the real full size is the Legends Ultimate, having the 3 steering wheels on there. Or the pedestal, having probably like a 43-inch monitor on there. Might be the second best alternative we can get. And then we have the Arcade 1-Up with 2 steering wheels, a 1 steering wheel, and then a mini pedestal. So they are offering a bunch of variety on the 360 wheel controller. And if you've seen the video, I'm sure you have. I mean, pretty much everyone was anticipating this video and seen it. They do break down from their best at $34.95. I might have said $3,995. I apologize. That's after the pre-order price. $3,495 is the pre-order. It goes up $500 after the 30th of June. They have the 1-player Arcade 1-Up deck upgrade kit starting from $299. The 360 wheel 3-player ALU pedestal deck starting from $899. The mini pedestal at $299. So 1 steering wheel on the Arcade 1-Up or the mini pedestal, both same price range at the $299. The 2 steering wheel Arcade 1-Up at $549. And then the 360 wheel mount deck at Games and Desktop, $299. So your $299 price points. At first I thought that they were supplying the cabinet. I mean, what a deal that would have been at $549. You have to bring your own cabinet. And the thing about that, it does get a little bit tricky when we're talking Arcade 1-Up racing cabinets. You can see that the control deck on here is flat. So if you have a racer, you want to turn your Outrun into the 360 wheel, there's going to have to be some kind of a conversion deck to make it sit flat, because those cabinets, like Star Wars, Fast and Furious, have slanted control decks. Doesn't really work for this mod, so you'd be better off with the Gen 1. Like, take something like your OG Ninja Turtles cabinet. You can see the shape here. You do have the shark fin, would be perfect because the gas pedals on here are Buystuff pedals, similar to if you added the racing box to your Star Wars. You're not necessarily going to need an Arcade 1-Up racing cabinet. It might actually be more of a struggle to make it look like this. Something like the ALU would be perfect, especially for the size. I mean, we're talking a 24-inch monitor. You can fit the 3 steering wheels. So this is as close to the real thing that I could bring. You know, you put the gas pedals in, the 3 steering wheels, and the steering wheel, you know, stand in front of pole position too. I did ask the owner at the Garcade, you know, the first time we came here, they did have a pole position 1. There's a room off in the corner where they do work on arcades, and it's been back there for a long time. He said he had some issues with the shifter, but they do have pole position 2, and the steering wheel is exactly the same thing. So you're gonna see this. The arcade ROM on the 360 versus our gaming boxes, how we have, you know, the PlayStation, the Dreamcast, the PSP, and the Nintendo 64. This is going to be more arcade accurate. You're going to get better games. I mean, there's not going to be people complaining about, you know, the ports on this. It's just a way to bring this home. Like, how are you going to mod this? Something they were talking about on Arcades Anonymous the other night, Gamer Fridge brought up, after the pre-orders, could Buystuff Arcades actually build us a cabinet? Even with the 1 steering wheel, like, and you can't use, you know, Arcade 1-Up's, you know, look of it. I'm sure there could be some kind of legal issues there, or at games. But could they design a cabinet? Because when we're talking about buying these kits, you know, we're buying the artwork from Buystuff. We upgrade the monitors. You know, they have the 19-inch BOEs. They send us the control deck, the gas pedals. All that's really left is 2 sides, the front, and, you know, just a thin piece on the back. Could they actually make cabinets in the future? An affordable racing cabinet. Like, this is what I'd like to see from Buystuff. $8.99, is it possible? I mean, $5.49, $5.99, I think that's out of the question. But $8.99 and you put it together, I think that's possible. And I think that, for me, that's what I would like to see after they move on from the pre-orders of the full size and they start talking about how to get this shipped to you for your home arcade. And again, there's no comparison. When we're talking real arcades, this is a true arcade. Like, I'm not knocking the home arcades. I'm a huge advocate for the home arcades. I have 25 of them. Soon to be 26. Kind of a spoiler alert. But when I need my fix, when I want to go up to a full-size cabinet, because I can't get these at home. There's over 150 arcades here. I come to a free play, I come to the Garcade, where they have just about everything here, and I can kind of get my fix along with everybody else here. You know, people come here, get their fix, they go up to every cabinet. There's not too many here that you couldn't find. Every cabinet you remember from your childhood is here. But it's exciting that, you know, we could get Road Blasters finally. You know, the arcade port, actual Road Blasters on Buystuff's newest multi-cade. It's just, how do you get that in a home arcade size? You know, an arcade went up in at games, because that's what sells me. And I do like the pedestals with the 43-inch, 42-inch monitor. You know, that's more of a modern look. You're gonna see that on a lot of Golden Tees. A lot of people have done the retro shooter that way. I still want it in the cabinet look. Like, this is what attracts me. It's that form factor. I want the arcade experience. We'll see what options they have down the road. And someday, if it is possible, that Buystuff actually produces cabinets that we could put together, is that an idea? You know, would people pay $8.99 for that? You know, a little bit for shipping. I mean, this is what we got started. We started putting together arcade one-ups. You know, then other companies emerged, giving us different games, different products. At Games has pretty much taken over the pinball area. I mean, no one's going to take that away from At Games. Buystuff is reinventing the racing cabs. The only thing is if we ever get another racer from Arcade 1-Up, it's going to be a licensed cabinet. That's going to be the word going around now. I want licensed games. I just want the cabinet. Like, I just want the games. Like, if they can give us this, I'm all for it. And if you watch the video, it kind of resembles this right here. I just saw this from the side. Like, it's gonna have a slant, and remember, it was about 32, 33 inches, 31 from the wall. So it's gonna look slim on the side, but when you go in front, you know, it's gonna be about this size. So it is cool. I want to say it's 60 one-player, two-player, three-player games total on the new 360 wheel, but you're going to get games like Sinistar, Gorf, along with, will we get Fast and Furious? We lose that when we did the mod on the Buystuff Arcades Fast and Furious. Will we see this on the 360? And what other racers will we see cruising? I'm really excited for the next available option on how to get this home. So what cabinet am I going to need to be able to do this mod? And will Buystuff make their own cabinets down the road? Like, those are the questions. Now, tomorrow night, Friday, as a recording of this, today, if you're watching this, Buystuff will be on the Super Game Room booth. So any questions you have, feel free to pop in, ask them a question, and get as many facts about the new products coming, and of course their massive 3-player multi-cade. just head over to the Super Game Room Dudes Friday night and head over to BuystuffArcades.com and check out their Super Sprint and then all the options that are coming. Complete breakdown, pre-orders start June 16th, $1,000 deposit. So you see the sold out, it's just because it's not June 14th, they haven't sold out yet. So if you do want to purchase this, you have between the 14th and the 30th, save $500. Also check out their video on their product reveal, and they break down things to follow after. This is a limited run, so when they're done producing this, it's going to be all in the home arcade type size. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, but still, I would love to take one of these home. It's just not going to work with me, but it's going to work with a lot of other people. Definitely stop by Buystuff Arcades, check out the Super Game Room Dudes, and get ready for the best racing cabinet we've ever seen. I wanted to save this for the end because it's not officially confirmed, but because they do have linkable cabs right now, there's a chance that they will have linkable cabs for this mod, so for this special 360 controller. So if you're like me, and you know, I really don't have anyone to play these games, this is another reason why, you know, to get the ALU with the 3 steering wheels kind of defeats the purpose for me, because it's probably just going to be me playing the game. And even if I got the arcade one up with the 2 steering wheels, I really don't want to stand off to the side of the cabinet and play it like this. I want to be right in the front, you know, the steering wheel centered. It works out if you do have linkable cabs for that reason alone. Right now I'm kind of leaning towards the 1 steering wheel. As cool as it would be to have 3, I don't have the room and I don't have the players to play that, but you know, if you have multiple people that want to play this, yeah, the ALU is a really good option, or the possibility of those linkable cabs. I so bad just want to press these, so I really want this cabinet. Just going up to that slanted control deck on Star Wars. This is not the ideal playing surface for this mod. So you know, if you come across like a Gen 1, or let's say Simpsons, they use Simpsons with that flat surface, and you can get a good deal on it. You might want to pick it up now and just kind of sit on it for down the road. I want to thank everybody for watching. I might mod mine to a pole position. You know, to go with the 1 steering wheel, and the fact that this is a 360 wheel, you know, we see the Super Sprint, and the first thing I thought about was, you know, what if we never get a pole position cabinet? I mean, I like the look. I don't have a lot of nostalgia for pole position, but I love that 80s look. This is what I would probably do. I would probably get the 1-player steering wheel. You know, I'd reach out to Sables for a pole position marquee, you know, on the side art if we got that from Buystuff or whoever. This is what I would do. Put a 19-inch BOE monitor and actually have, you know, an Atari pole position or pole position 2 cabinet. Because again, will we ever see another racer from Arcade 1-Up? We got Buystuff Arcades. Hopefully, this is just the beginning. And on a side note, just because we talked at games before, I mean, they have taken over the pinball. I mean, just look at Star Trek The Next Generation. You can have this at home. We can have racers from Buystuff Arcades. You know, looking back at 2024, it's been a quiet year. Things could change quarter 3, quarter 4, but we're getting a ton of options from third-party sellers from Buystuff Arcades, and I think ad games is just getting started too. So it could be a wild ride, like we were talking with Mr. Sulu. We got a lot of new pinball machines here. I was going to kind of do a tour of the arcade, but decided, you know, we're just going to kind of keep it talking Buystuff. But yeah, they do have a lot more pinballs than the last time we were here. Gosh, all that wandering around, and I forgot about Spy Hunter. What about Spy Hunter on it? So what about a Spy Hunter themed cabinet? Like, since we'll probably never get Spy Hunter, and I know this isn't the 360 wheel, but I mean, you could have the 360 wheel on here and just have the Spy Hunter artwork. So like between Spy Hunter and pole position, heck, Road Blasters. We could really mod these up. Like, this is the future. And I think we could see a lot more of this from Buystuff Arcades. Thank everybody for watching. I might have said that when we were in the arcade. It was so loud in there, I couldn't think straight, but awesome arcade. Every time we come here, there's more stuff. Actually, you know, we didn't see Spy Hunter right away. Like, I kind of forgot about Spy Hunter. Like, how could you forget, you know, about one of the most requested, you know, cabinets to bring home? But yeah, I'm glad we stopped here. The whole 3-player off-road is what I was kind of going for, because that's basically what Buystuff is selling you right now. Like, a way to get that home, affordable, with a ton of games. It's super off-road. Like, that's, you know, you go back to that 2024, because I gotta block the wind. The 2024 leak list. Not everything really came true from Arcade 1-Up yet, depending on how real that list was. But we kinda got a super off-road if you look at it that way. So kind of take that with a grain of salt. Everyone, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.